Yes, we got the recording back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sports Dolls, episode 10, week 9, college football, brought to you by your wonderful, luscious locked host, Josh Dahl, always accompanied by the man. I'm pointing to him on my screen, Mr. Dahl-lytics himself.
The other side.
Mr. Dean, my dad, Dahl.
Luscious locks. Luscious locks. I would call it many things, but not luscious locks.
The patients at OMC beg to differ. Luscious locks referred to as many times in the work world, but it is fall. The Carhartt season is upon us. The beanie season is upon us. I'm breaking it out tonight. And none other, I was going to say, for these lovely followers, Darla, we have another great follower. You know her as the one and only undefeated picker. She needs no further introduction than that. The one, the only, the greatest, Darla Doll, back again, season 5. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, Darla.
Yep. The infamous, I was going to say, it's. I might even need to drop the infamous and just be the famous, because the feat. Did you know, because I can't remember if it was season 1 or season 2, Darla, but did you know that after that pick, you would be going down in history as the greatest ever? And no one's ever
carried through.
Yeah, that's true. And no one's ever come close. So I was going to say that is a crown you hold on your head, and you hold on to that forever and ever.
I was going to say, put it on my gravestone, please. Remember that.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. The one and only undefeated Sports Dolls picker. You know, grandmother, hopefully great grandmother, daughter, sister, friend, undefeated picker in Sports Dolls podcast.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a big stone. That's a lot on there. That's a long line right there.
You've got a lot of titles, Darla. Well, welcome back. I was going to say, each year you come back for more. How we feel tonight?
Thank you.
Feeling good? Feeling ready?
Yes.
Another undefeated pick this week.
Ooh, yeah, I think I made some good choices. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I have no doubt about that. But before we get to those, Dad, what do you say? Let's get that beautiful intro rolling.
Let's run it. Here we go. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, my goodness. It warms the soul. It warms the
What do you think?
Oh, it was awesome. It just always surprises me.
Right. Now, I was going to say, you've been a part of multiple seasons, you know. Does it get better each year, you know, compared to previous years? I think it's the best.
I think it is too.
Yeah. I was going to say, Dean just keeps outshining himself.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
What is this? What is this that you're looking up here? Oh, the undefeated.
The undefeated.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Oh, because I'm sitting here and I'm going, Dad, what am I looking at? I'm looking at a Clemson Florida State game. I'm seeing
In the day when we started, we wanted to have at least 9 or 10 games. And in the old Big Ten, once they were playing each other, there were only 7 games. So we supplemented the games, where now there's so many Big Ten games, we just stay Big Ten.
Yeah, it can be all Big Ten, but yeah, the infamous right there, wow. That's just good stuff. That's
Darla,
impeccable.
I think we should frame it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
agree.
best of all, Josh, look at what Alex dropped.
Yeah, that Darla puts up a 9 spot. Alex puts up a dose. Not good. But yeah, that's okay. Alex probably needed to be brought down. He always starts hot, and then he's got a hiccup week, and then he goes from there. So yeah, you've seen it first, ladies and gentlemen. It is no BS. That is the real deal. Big Ten plus major games. Obviously, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Clemson, Florida State, USC, Utah. Way back when there was a Pac-12. It's the real deal. And I kind of miss picking those big games a little bit.
I agree.
Just because, like, we've been fortunate. A couple weeks ago, we had, the Ohio State Oregon game, which was awesome. This past week, the Texas Georgia game.
Yeah.
Would have been awesome. Like, we just have some dynamite games so far this year. So I do miss picking them, picking those top ranked teams, because this year's been crazy. It's been all over the place. No one's really held on to the number 1 seed long at all. Georgia held it at the beginning of the year. They lost it without losing a game. Obviously, they lost the game. That's okay. But then, it's kind of the curse of the number 1 seed right now. Alabama got ranked. Bam. Vandy came, knocked them down. Next thing you know, Texas is being ranked. Bam. Georgia knocks them down. And now we have a new number 1 seed within the Big Ten. Now, granted, it's a new Big Ten team, but Oregon coming at the number 1 spot. It's good. It kind of feels good to have a number 1 seed in the Big Ten. Not gonna lie.
So Darla, this is I think I know the answer already, but who was the quarterback that you went with picking Oklahoma over Oklahoma State in that undefeated season? And he's in the pros now.
There's a couple in the pros that I was picking.
Yeah. Quarterback for Oklahoma.
Yeah. And
that week
he got dethroned by Caleb.
Is it
Purdy? Ooh.
Nope.
No.
Purdy was at Iowa State.
Was it
Spencer?
Yes.
Rattler. Spencer Rattler.
Yes. I'm sitting there and I'm like, got dethroned by Caleb Williams. I was like, okay, because he was hot for a little bit, and then he really, he was hot as a freshman, but then the next year he kind of cooled down and then lost his starting spot. I'm like, God, who was that? Yep, there he is. That's the man. He's kind of I don't like him from what I've heard of him, to be honest. I think he's in the pros now, to be honest. I don't know. Not going to throw out any bad names. I don't like him, plain and simple.
Well, Darla, we're going to look at what happened last week, and this scares me because there's a lead in the overall because Dalytics is kicking in, but I'm also afraid what you're going to bring to the table.
Yeah, Dill, you know what? Last week's episode, Darla, we had a kicking good time. So, Dill, we do appreciate you. I sent it out to all the Liberty guys, and majority of them did watch or listen to the last week's episode. And Moon texted the group and said, the first comment, nothing about the episode, goes, boy, you guys really put down some beers. And not wrong. I think Moon said the count between Dill and I total, I think, got up to 10 or 11 in the episode. So he was not, so basically, if you go back and watch that episode, every couple of minutes, you're going to hear a pop top or a bottle top go off. And we had ourselves quite the episode. I think it's going to tone down just a little bit this week. Unless, Darla, you think we can get 12 in.
I know I can.
don't even want to try and touch that record.
No.
So Josh, have you reached out to Chris?
Have I reached out to him? I mean, I talked to him a little bit.
I mean, he dropped a 2.
Yeah, no, I haven't reached out to him to let him know how bad he did. Probably because I'm right there with him, and we had some similar picks. We had some differences, but all I would like to say is, it's tough. You can't have a comeback without a setback. I feel I've been saying that a lot this season. But man, the Big Ten is just doing what the Big Ten does, and that is this past week, teams that were hot that you're like, dang, they're getting some traction, they're going in the right direction, shit the bed, and they just played horrible. Nebraska, bad. Rutgers, bad.
Iowa,
US, bad. Iowa, bad. Like literally all of those were damn near upsets. And then you look at their opponents where you're just like, they've been on a downward trend for so long.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, week 9 week 8 comes up, and all of a sudden Michigan State's like, nah, we want to win and we're going to beat Iowa. Maryland, who's been kind of iffy, yeah, we'll beat USC. And USC is now on my shit list. But man, it's just been wild. I just can't believe it. Excuse me. So the Big Ten is Big Tening right now, and I don't know where to go from here.
I couldn't agree with you more, Josh. I sat and looked at this and everything you said. And the only thing I'm going to point out is I would not want to play UCLA down the stretch because they have some athletes. They have some athletes.
I agree. I was so impressed. Like Oregon did their thing, classic. Indiana looked really good. UCLA has been looking good. They've been looking better each following week. And they finally put it all together despite traveling to the East Coast. So that was a huge win for them. Northwestern, again, not good. But like, no one thought Michigan was going to win that game. I didn't think so. And Illinois made sure of that. But the USC slide is brutal right now.
They just collapsed at the end of the game. And I thought their athleticism was just going to take over. And it was like, no, it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's crazy. I would have never expected USC to be 3-5 and on a 3-game losing streak within the Big Ten, which is crazy. But of course, we have to bring up the overall standings right now because we have ourselves a new leader.
Darla, and if I hadn't, and would have, should have, could have, if I hadn't over tweaked the 2 time zones, like I told you, Josh, it would have been 5 because it would have. But anyway, just I fixed it.
No one who brags with already being the winner and want to be a winner by more. So no one appreciates that except for you right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, Darla. I'll put him in his spot solidly, soundly at the bottom of the totem pole.
But we have a question for Darla.
Yeah, Darla. I mean, I know Dad knows that you are a phenomenal picker. But to those random few who have never seen greatness on previous seasons and episodes, what makes you such a great college football picker?
It's because I pick from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of pull up mascot stuff.
Yeah, important.
Stuff about the coaches, the players, and I make my choices on a story I like or something about the mascots or whatever.
Yes. So, I if you weren't going to say it, I was going to say it. I said, you always find a cool story about an athlete, about a team.
Yeah.
Some of them are broadcasted that we see on College Game Day, like that feel good story on College Game Day. Ooh, I always have to watch that. And Ashley goes, man, like I just turn off a switch and I'm locked in. And then almost every single time she goes, Josh, is that a tear in your eye? I'm like, Ashley, do you know what this player has been through right now?
I know.
But just like last week, the Texas the offensive lineman.
Yeah. Like,
oh my gosh.
You can't help but just be like, man, like they do such a great job of just that whole segment. Like you forget you're watching College Game Day, and it's all of a sudden it's like a documentary about how they overcome hardship, and you're just like, whoo, I feel motivated to just my difficulties are not even close to those difficulties. I'm ready to go. So I love that, and I think that's why you get a lot of picks right, is those people, those cool stories, they have that extra fire in them, and clearly it transitions into their team, their sport, and everything like that. So I think that may be the kicker here.
Well, and going way back to the undefeated week, Darla had her Spencer Rattler story, which he was the big deal at the time. And remember this, Josh? Darla's like, oh, Norman. Or no, she said, where's Oklahoma? And I said, Norman, Oklahoma. Oh yeah, we drove through that. That's a nice town.
That's a nice one. I like that as well. Just the cherry on top. Like that's the stuff. Darla's gut will not lead you astray, whether it's college football picks or anything. You just got to think, what would Darla do? And it's going to lead you down the right path almost every single time.
Well, we have an interesting week with big spreads, not as big spreads, and especially coming off a whole bunch of upsets. Let's see what Darla brings.
I'm nervous for me, Darla, but don't listen to the background noise. We're going to go right for it. So, getting us started. How many? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we got 8 picks. Here we go.
We're back up to 8.
Back up to 8. We have Rutgers traveling to USC. USC favored 14.5 points. Interesting.
Yeah.
Both teams coming off a tough loss right now.
I did go with USC. And I feel they'll cover.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough and stuff, but I do think USC will do it and they'll cover.
And see, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one, because both teams coming off a tough loss. USC is a little bit close. I mean, USC to Maryland, UCLA to Rutgers. But I just it's going to be who's going to bounce back from a tough loss. And we've been waiting for USC, tough loss after Minnesota. Are they going to bounce back and compete with Penn State? They did, still lost. Traveled, Maryland lost. Like they're on quite a bad downward spiral. But the fact that Rutgers did not play great against UCLA, I got good things to say about them. But I think I'm going to go with my gut on this one. It's home. Rutgers have not traveled this far in a long time. So we're going to go USC at home. USC's got to bounce back at some point in time. Why not this week?
You do both see that it's a 14.5 point favorite for USC.
Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be a big bounce back. Big bounce back. 15-point bounce back.
The thing that really troubles me is Maryland dropped 429 yards of total offense on USC's defense, and USC was supposed to be better this year. This one,
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, numbers, Darla. Art doesn't know numbers.
Okay, let's. I think
I know
USC
where you're going, obviously.
USC will win, but will not cover. I've
Yep.
got
All right.
the Dollitics have USC winning by 10.5. That is not 14.5. So I'm going Maryland.
That's okay. I'll stick with the guests so far. All right. Ohio State. Felt weird not picking them last week. They're coming off a bye week, Darla. So got some rest. Nebraska traveling to play Ohio State. Another big spread. Ohio State, 25.5 points. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, that spread kind of is a little nerve-wracking for me.
It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so too. But yeah, what do you think?
Nebraska's done some really great things, but I kind of feel, I don't know. So I think Ohio State's going to win, but they're not going to cover by 25.5.
Why,
Mhm.
Darla? Why?
Why?
Just cause.
Just because I feel it.
Yeah, feel it in those bones. The thing with me is I like to go off of previous games because I do think previous game most people are like bam forget about it, but it lingers. I cannot get over the fact that Nebraska got walloped, and that is all caps walloped by Indiana last week. Like it was painstaking to watch.
56-7.
Yeah, it was an absolute ass kicking that I didn't see coming from a mile away. I thought Nebraska was going to win that game. So could not be more wrong. Ohio State's fresh. Obviously, they're seeing number one seeds drop left and right. They're sitting there. They're like, they don't care about their loss to Oregon. I think they're going to put up big numbers. I am not going to be afraid of big spreads. Nebraska's, a down dog right now. They will continue to be beaten up. Ohio State will win. They will cover.
Yeah, I'm totally with you, Josh. And I honestly thought you were going to go with Rayola, 3 interceptions and 1 fumble loss, 4 turnovers. And FYI, I have a feeling that OSU's defense is better than Indiana's.
I have a hunch.
So
Yeah.
Dollitics has, sorry, Darla, I feel bad, but Dollitics has OSU winning by 28. So that's one we steal.
That's a big one. That's a big one. It's just like I said, I'm just kind of going off of the past. And I was doing that last week, and everyone kind of flip flopped. I think we're going to get into our groove again this week. But also, here we go. Washington traveling to the white hot Hoosiers of Indiana. Indiana is favored by 6.5 points. Darla, what are those Hoosiers
College
got?
game day is in Bloomington.
I can't believe it. That got to be a first time maybe in history.
Cinderella story.
Yeah, love to see it.
So I went with the Indiana, and I think they're going to cover.
Sorry, I'm just agreeing.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off. If I did, Darla, just
Oh gosh, no.
it can.
Yeah. I know they've got their quarterback's fairly new because of the injury, right?
Rorik?
Kevon Jackson.
What? I didn't hear
Kevon
that.
Jackson.
No, oh yeah, Jackson backed up Rorik. So we don't know Rorik's status.
Oh, I thought that he's not. I thought that he's out.
Oh, I did not see that.
So anyway, so we'll see what happens.
I think the hype behind Indiana is going to continue carrying them. Washington's a good team. I think they got their claim to fame when they beat Michigan, but everyone's kind of beating Michigan minus Minnesota. Sorry, we tried. But Michigan is they're a down team. They're not doing good. So I'm not looking at that Washington over Michigan win as a big win. I think they were equals and not a great game. Indiana putting that walloping I was talking about on freaking Nebraska, unbelievable. They have the hot hand right now. They are playing with some swag. They're playing with some confidence, and they got College Game Day there. They are going to want you're not going to see a more motivated team right now. I think Indiana 6.5 for sure, without a doubt. We'll go with them absolutely.
Yeah, the thing that I like with this pick, and I'm going to agree with both of you, Indiana has such a well-balanced attack, and whatever they bring, they're feeling a lot. They are believing in themselves, and anything's possible right now. I mean, who would ever think Indiana would be in the playoff conversation?
Yeah, they're 7-0. There's no reason why they shouldn't be playing confident, and everyone will try and knock them down. Their strength of schedule. But last week is an example. They played a relatively good team within the Big Ten, and they absolutely whooped their ass. Like, there you go. You don't think we're that good? This team's not that good? Okay, we'll show you how good we are. We'll absolutely just trash them. And they did. So I hope they continue their hot streak. I really do. I think it's a cool story.
And the number 7 rated defense, and Washington still figuring it out with all their portal players. They're turning the ball over too much, and Indiana's just waiting. So I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for game day. We will be having 1 or 2 Indiana students on the podcast. It just didn't work this week because of game day. Game day week.
Yeah. We hope to see you guys on College Game Day. Word to the wise, if you think your sign is big, make it bigger, because my sign looked like a decimal on College Game Day, and I had a 3-foot by 2-foot sign with not a lot of letters. If you want to make a sign, make it big and just make friends to people behind you. It's my one advice.
And we thought, and we were actually pretty close. I mean, we could see Kurt and everybody and Desmond, but on TV we were not close.
Yeah. Unless you are the first couple rows there, it's very difficult to see you from the main view. But you're always going to get that flyover cam, which is cool. Pay attention to that. Get your sign up there. That's always a plus there. Yeah, it's a great experience. I'm glad I've been able to experience it once in my life. I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was awesome. And yeah, go Hoosiers. Let's make it happen. On to, here we go. We got some games here. Now we got some ranked opponents, Darla. And I am surprised by this. Illinois coming off, I was going to say, a pretty nice win against Michigan. Again, you heard what I said. Michigan's not that good. They're unranked now. Illinois is traveling to Eugene to play the number 1 ranked team in the nation, Oregon Ducks. 20-1, and Oregon is favored by 21.5 points.
This spread is crazy.
I know.
It's tough. It makes you uncomfortable because last week they played Purdue. Purdue's garbage. We said it last week. In the famous words of Chris Dill, Purdue is ass. All right, good. Yep. Yeah, I kept it simple for us. And they put up a 35-0 win against them. Obviously, Illinois, much better than Purdue, but how much better compared to Oregon? I don't know.
Dang. I went with Oregon, and I said they wouldn't cover.
Right.
I don't know. It's a pretty big spread.
It is a big spread. I know. Like, I wanted to kind of go with you on this one, Darla. I did, because I'm like, Illinois is playing hot right now. They're playing good. But, we're just challenging the big spreads this week. So, Darla, Wait, did you say they're gonna cover or no?
Will not cover.
Will not.
Oregon will
Oh, okay.
See, Dad, you gotta pay attention. That's why we got a young set of eyes here. We'll check.
Well, I'm gonna check when we're done. You're gonna flip that on the screen, and I'm gonna double check.
Exactly. Yeah, triple check it, Darla, because we
Okay.
know you got to watch out for him because he's in the lead right now, and you got to go, why is that? But I'm gonna go Oregon. Don't be afraid of big spreads. I think Oregon is riding high right now. They're playing great. Illinois had a big win. They got to travel. I'm gonna go Oregon on this one. Take the number one seed. As I said, number one seeds are falling like crazy. I'm going to go with them on this week.
Oh, grasshopper. I feel bad that Darla and I are taking this one from you because Illinois has a good defense and they were opportunistic against Michigan. Oregon is not looking at this game because they're looking ahead. They are looking to the playoff. Oregon will win, but only by 9.5. That is not 21. So I'm going Illinois.
No one at this point in time is looking past anyone, and Vanderbilt proved it.
That's
Any
true.
team that is wanting the playoffs is sitting there going, there is no look past games because you look past them, your ass is getting beat. Especially this season. It's going crazy. So
it's never over till the fat lady sings.
Damn right, Darla. Tell them. So I'm saying they have their foot on the throttle. There is no looking past them. It is a big game. They are a ranked opponent. They know who they're going against. But I was going to say, let the old grasshopper teach the old man a thing or two about college football.
With the blue snowball.
Beautiful snowball microphone brought to you here by Sports Self Podcast. Not sponsored yet. All right. Next up, halfway through, folks, hang with us. We're having a good time, having some beers and making some picks. Next up, we have Northwestern traveling to Iowa, a couple of unranked classic Big Ten matchup. Iowa is favored by 14 points. Darla Doll.
Yeah, Iowa. And they'll cover.
Win and cover. Yeah.
Yeah, win and cover.
This one makes me a little nervous. Northwestern, not very great. Got walloped by Wisconsin. They've kind of been up and down. Iowa, up and down. Like, are they reverting back to the old Iowa of last year, putting up not that many points, bad loss to Michigan State? They're going to bounce back. It's a home game for the kids. St. Jude's? I think it is St. Jude's. Anyways, Iowa Hawkeyes win, cover at home. They'll bounce back.
Both teams. Yeah, it's the Children's Hospital, I believe. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the first, the coolest tradition in college football, hands down. Sorry, Wisconsin. They got you beat. Both teams would really, really, really like to forget last week. Iowa, 259 yards of offense. Northwestern, 209. I think this is going to be a real fast game, but Dalytics has Iowa winning by 15.5, which is barely over 14, but this one makes me nervous. I can tell you right now, this is not my confidence pick.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's I agree. This is not a confidence pick. It's very uncomfortable, but we'll see what happens. But now we got a very exciting game. Woo! Because Minnesota's coming back off of a bye week, coming off a pretty good win. They beat USC. They beat UCLA. They have been playing pretty darn good. Good little hot streak for us. Maryland coming on home, playing in Minnesota. Maryland coming off a pretty good win against USC. So both teams have beat USC.
Yes.
But we got a home game for the Minnesota Gophers. Gophers are favored by 4 points. Darla, let's hear about them.
Go Gophers, for sure.
Mm-hmm. 4-point spread for sure.
Yeah.
I don't have much to talk about them last week. They're on a bye week. They're resting, hanging out, feeling good. Injuries getting taken care of. You coming off of that? Yeah, they're going to be playing hot. Enough said. It's going to be a good game. I was going to say there's going to be times where Minnesota's going to kind of choke and make you nervous, and you're going to go, oh gosh, here we go again. But that defense is solid. They're starting to become a rock for the team. They're creating turnovers, which is giving the offense always more opportunities. When you can rely on that defense, you're going to do well against a team like Maryland. I think they're going to come away with at least a touchdown victory. It's going to be exciting. Lay it on us, Dad. Yeah, I know you're going to agree with us. Let's just say it.
Well, and this team, you hit on all the high points. I would also agree. The defense is way better than we've seen in the past, and
Nope.
they are the number 5 defense in the country. And this is after Iowa's offense came out in the second half and whooped their butt. And it's
Mhm.
against a very talented USC and UCLA team.
Yeah.
They and Maryland's got hangover after USC. That's their season. That is they totally. Dalytics has Minnesota winning by 9.
Okay.
Jaw Joyner will have a key sack to
Yep.
decide the game.
There you go. I was gonna say, who's all going to the game with you guys this week? Darla, you making your trip up there?
I did already, so
It's
One
not
and done.
September.
I'm gonna. Well, I usually go to the season opener.
Yep.
Usually nice weather. But
Yeah.
I'm going to Hutchinson to watch Ethan and Owen play out in their playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say, I hear you there. Dad, who's coming with you this week?
So far it's Stevens and Ensrud.
There we go. Oh gosh, get those. I know you're retired. Are either of those two guys retired?
Stevens neither of them are, but Stevens is really excited for when it happens. And
he is excited to retire.
yes.
Well, I was gonna say the old teachers group getting together like that. Honestly, I was gonna say I feel I'm not calling you old, and I'm saying I'm getting older, but I am sitting here. I'm not going to be able to make it. Unfortunately, I got a wedding. But man, I would not be disappointed being a fourth in that crew. That's for sure.
I know.
Letting teachers of mine. I'm a little more grown up right now. Have a little bit more to talk about. I'm a parent. I think it would be a great time. So, pass on the good words to them. Let them know that I would love to be a fourth in that party. But unfortunately, we have a Northfield. I was going to say, speaking of Northfield teachers, we got a Northfield wedding. Kevin Moore,
Kevin,
getting married. We're very excited for him. It's going to be an awesome, awesome day and night. So, unfortunately, I won't be a part of that. But there will be beers being had just a little bit south in Welch. So it's going to be great.
Well, Griggs was going to join us, but he had a last minute date rendezvous with a former buddy to watch a Broncos game in Denver.
Yeah, that's a fair trade-off there. I know it's tough there. I wouldn't go to Denver per se to watch the Broncos. I would go to Minneapolis, but hey, to each their own. To each their own. All right, hold on, folks. Got 2 more picks. 2. Big rivalry game here.
I know this one is crazy.
This is a huge rivalry game, and it might be the first time in a long time that neither one of these teams is ranked. I think it's going to make it more interesting. But we have Michigan State, Darla, coming off a big win against Iowa, traveling to Ann Arbor to play the Michigan. And Michigan is only favored by 5 points on this one. Break it down. What is the gut and what is the heart telling you on this?
It's telling me that it's going to be Michigan this time. And
Why?
they're going to cover. Huh?
And they're going to cover. The gut's telling her.
Yeah. I think the coach knows.
The coach.
Coach says, guys, I know things. We're going to win.
Yeah.
Therefore, we will win. But let's put in some work a little bit here, gentlemen. What do you say? You know what?
Here we go.
Rivalry games are always crazy, no matter the rankings, no matter everything like this. I think, and you hear it here, that Michigan State has been beaten countless times by numerous margins over the past several years. Michigan State coming off a win, they got some life. They beat Iowa, who I'm sure they also have not beaten in a long time. Michigan is down in the dumps. And if you're a Michigan State football player, you're coming off a big win, you know and you believe that you can win this game, which you have not come close in many years. Therefore, they got a spark. Michigan, sure, they have 100 and some thousand fans cheering for them, but just down the road, East Lansing's going to bring a crew. East Lansing, they got a taste of winning. They have wanted this win for so many years. I'm telling you right now, that is gut going with it. We got some fire. Michigan State Spartans will win this game. Therefore, Michigan will not cover. Sparty is going to dance in Ann Arbor. I'll tell you that right here, right now.
This one is the first of that has ever happened in 5 years. Dallalytics comes up with Michigan winning by 5.
Wow. Yeah, that's never happened.
So
Just to cover, like I was going to say, if Michigan wins by 5,
they cover.
They cover. The spread is 5. They hit 5. They cover. Just to clear this up.
Yeah, the thing that troubles me with both of these teams, they can't hang on to the ball. Michigan is 117 in turnovers. Michigan State is 111. And Michigan State has a lot of penalties. So I'm going to Dallalytics. Michigan State by 5 means they will cover. So Michigan.
Yeah. Like I said, if I'm a Michigan State player, I am fired up because I see one of my biggest rivals, they're down, and you're like, yeah, let's stomp on them. Let's absolutely. Now, that overexcitement may get them in some penalty trouble, maybe because the excitement, the hype, and everything like that. I get it. But I think they're going to have a fire unlike any other. I think they're going to have a little bit of, how did Ted Lasso say it? Believe. They're going to believe that they can win this game. Therefore, they will win this game. Gosh, I'm excited for that one. I'm all fired up now. All right, here we go.
Oh, baby.
I got some things to say about this. Darla, lead us off. We have number 3. Number 3, no one in the country is talking about them. Penn State, undefeated, traveling to Wisconsin and are favored by 6.5 points. You have number 3 team in the country going to an unranked team, and they are only favored by 6.5. Will the Badgers give them a run for their money?
I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it's going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Penn State's going to win, and they're going to cover. I know. Sorry, Josh.
I know. I also like the logical side of me is like, yes, Penn State's going to go in there and do their business. But Penn State has been just eking wins. They've had some, good wins here and there throughout the season. The fact is you can't argue. They have not lost. Now, that's the thing. They haven't lost, but they've barely won some games that you'd think they would win a little bit more. I think Penn State is on borrowed time until they lose. Now, unfortunately, time has run out. They are traveling to Camp Randall. I looked this up. This is a 6:30 game. The lights are going to be on. It's going to be an evening game. Camp Randall cannot wait to get rowdy for a night game. The thing about these Wisconsin kids is you get them in at 11 o'clock, they're buzzing, but, they're just getting started. Hit them in that sweet spot, that 2:30 game. You get them at a night game, they are
they're amped up.
They're a wrecking ball, okay? Mm-hmm. Camp Randall will be fired up. They don't give a toot about them being unranked. You got number 3 coming into your house. Camp Randall is going to be rocking. I don't think Penn State is that good. Here's also another lovely upset. Straight up, Wisconsin is going to win this game. They're at home. They're going to be fired up. Penn State has a battle against them, and I don't think they're going to step up. Mm-hmm. The last 2 games, I'm fired up. First couple picks, yeah, spread. I'm with you. But we got some gusto in these last couple of games, and I'm ready to see it happen.
Wisconsin, they tapped into their secret sauce last week.
They're grinding right now. Past 2 weeks, they're getting the old Wisconsin feel again.
But the only thing that I'm going to turn into where James Franklin is going to take this game and turn it into a motivation is because next week, Penn State, Ohio State in Happy Valley. And yes, you could argue they're overlooking this one. Wisconsin is still trying to figure out the quarterback situation. Penn State is trying to get out of the shadow of Michigan and Ohio State. Darla has Penn State by 9.5. Sorry, Josh, taking another one from you.
Yeah, that one's a pure just heart feel. I want to see it happen. I want to see Penn State lose. I don't know why. I really got nothing against them. I mean, they've been doing great things. They've been undefeated. Congratulations. Awesome. I got nothing against you on that. But man, they are not a number 3 team in the nation in my eyes, but yet here they are.
I agree. I don't think they're number 3. I think they're a very good team because they do not make mistakes. But brings us to the confidence pick.
Yes, it does. Very unsure. I can tell you right now, it won't be one of those last 2 picks, whether it's Michigan State, Michigan State, or Wisconsin. I can tell you that very confidently it will not be one of those. All right, I got mine, hands down. Darla, do you have your confidence pick looking at the picks this week? See, Darla, I've been is that the definition right there? He said silence is golden. Going with Minnesota. God, I love that. I love that pick. Because I think they are going to do very well. And yeah, you should feel really good about that confidence pick. Now me, I'm trying. Don't take advice from me, Darla. I am 6 points behind you, and I am 8 points behind that man above me in this view right now. So don't take any pick advice from me, but I need to make up some ground. I think Minnesota is a great confidence pick, but I'm going to go with the also undefeated Big Ten team, Indiana, with 6.5 point spread. They just need to win by a touchdown, and they can do it. We're going Hoosiers. The hype is there. Make it happen.
Interesting pick. That I did not see that one coming, Josh.
Thank goodness you didn't write it down on a Post-it note, because that was a monumental moment when you did before. That was beautiful. I'm going Indiana for sure. I'm feeling good about that one.
Hmm. I don't know why I had Maryland beating USC in that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, there you go. You're just all over the place.
I'm going with the super easy one to take from you as Ohio State. Ohio State is on a mission to send a statement. They will win. They will cover. They are my confidence pick.
I was going to say, we are kind of all over the place on this. Is going to be an interesting week, Darla. You know, I hope for nothing more for the legend of you to continue and be dominant, because nothing makes me happier than to build it up and be like, yeah, that's my stepmom, no big deal, she's undefeated, y'all. Like, I'll be your biggest hype person forever and ever, whether you go undefeated or not. But as if undefeated isn't a feat in itself. Two-time undefeated.
Two-time.
Oh, I will go bananas. Just
That'd
think,
be
you know
cool.
what? Yeah, just give her the crown right now. Go from there. But no, you got a lot of great picks, and as always, I'm always rooting for the guest pickers as long as they're not against me too often. So that's easy to pick on. I was gonna say he's easy to pick on, and I'm like, you know what? It's easy to chirp from the bottom, because what are you gonna make fun of me for being low score? I know that. We're there. I'm here to try and bring him down to my level, that's all I can do. But I can't take the Dalytics, but I'll try.
Well, and you have you're defending your crown.
You know what? It's Michigan will vouch for me on this one. It's hard to come off the title and put out an outstanding performance. That's where I'm at right now. I'm battling right now. I'm also down. I'm kind of beat up right now. But hey, if Harrison has taught me anything right now, it's, you know, you shit your pants, you just smile through it, and you have fun.
You get a wipe.
That's it. That's life lesson right there. Harrison says you shit your pants, just keep smiling and laughing. All right, that's it. And that's what we've been doing so far this season. I was gonna say Harrison's good luck, but I'm like, no, that ain't. No, I changed a real nasty poopy diaper, and he couldn't have been happier about it. So there you go. Shit your pants, all through it, folks. You can do it, so can you.
Yeah, remember when you felt bad about a shark?
Yeah. Oh man. No, he'll get to that point. But right now, no, he's happy about it. Getting that gas out of there. He's feeling good. Oh man. What a good note to end on. Let me tell you. That little man he's a good luck charm, and he's just a happy little light. So, you know, we hope we do well. Darla, as always, as I said it before, I hope the guests do well. Dad, I hope your maths don't math. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. We'll see. I feel bad for you two.
Yeah, you know what? Don't. We're having a great time. All right, Darla, you know the drill. We're going to break down another wonderful episode. Before I even break down, Darla, any last comments, closing comments, your picks, life in general, being a guest? Lay it on us. What do you got for us? Closing comments.
I was a little disappointed when I was doing my research and stuff, because three of these teams have no mascots anymore.
Oh,
of all
good.
these teams. So it's like, that's kind of a bummer.
It is.
Yeah. But anyway, so I didn't do my usual.
Hey, that's what I was gonna say. You keep the viewers guessing. Everyone was like, all right, here's some more mascots. Nope. Darla's giving it to you straight this week. All right.
From the heart.
She's not just mascots. Okay? She's there. Again, there's way more behind there than you'll ever know. And she won't listen to that either. Oh, Darla, always good to have you on here. I hope the legend continues. But, you know, as always, we'll break it down, put our hand in front of the camera. Let's make it happen, folks. Sports dolls on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sports
Sports
dolls.
doll.
Man, this is an old doll episode.
Wow.
The doll, Josh doll, you got it all here with the doll. Man.
Trifecta.
Mm.